Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please hit the subscribe, now this start video. The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers reveal that Claire Newman, Haley Aaron, and Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, could be gearing up for a doomed dinner with Victor Newman, Eric Braeden. Will this boyfriend acceptance plan bring disaster? In the February 6 episode, Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, urged Claire to sell Victor on how happy she is in her relationship with Kyle. As Claire sought advice, Nikki also suggested Claire should play up Kyle as a caring, protective partner. If Claire can convince Victor that Kyle shares some of the same qualities as him, she feels like she might be able to get her grandpa on board. Since Claire needs a chance to show Victor her current bliss and hype Kyle as the ideal boyfriend, she's hoping they can all have dinner together. This could indeed be a doomed dinner if Kyle fails to impress Victor and pass whatever tests he might offer. One meal won't erase all Victor's loathing, since his disdain for Kyle is more about his Abbott family roots than anything else. At first, Kyle may try to be polite and respectful for Claire's sake, especially since it'd go better for everyone if Victor would back off. However, Victor is bound to get under Kyle's skin as this dinner progresses. That is, if this dinner even happens at all, it could be a challenge to get both Victor and Kyle to go through with this in the end. If the dinner does move forward like Claire wants, then it could backfire spectacularly. Victor could push one button too many for Kyle and launch a heated argument between them, one that leaves Victor even more determined to drive Claire and Kyle apart. Based on our Y&R predictions, Victor won't give up on pushing Claire down a different romantic path, so this dinner may not go according to plan. Fans of The Young and the Restless, Y&R, are in for some tense moments as Claire Newman, Haley Aaron, and Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, are preparing for a potentially catastrophic dinner with the infamous Victor Newman, Eric Braeden. As Claire plans to show Victor that she's found happiness with Kyle, the situation could end in disaster. The dinner, intended to gain Victor's approval of Kyle as her boyfriend, could very well be the beginning of a new set of challenges in Claire's relationship. The drama begins on the February 6 episode when Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, advises Claire on how to approach the dinner. Nikki believes that Claire needs to sell Victor on her happiness in her relationship with Kyle, emphasizing how caring, protective, and ideal Kyle is for her. The underlying suggestion here is clear. Claire must convince Victor that Kyle has qualities that are aligned with his own, making him an acceptable partner. To give Claire a better chance, Nikki pushes her to highlight Kyle's caring nature, and the expectation is that if Claire plays her cards right, Victor will give his blessing to their relationship. But will it be enough to convince the notoriously hard-to-please Victor? The dinner sounds like the perfect opportunity for Claire to show her grandfather how happy she is in her relationship with Kyle. However, from the outset, it feels like a disaster waiting to happen. Victor's long-standing disdain for the Abbott family, especially Kyle, runs deep. Even though Claire is hopeful that Victor will see the positive side of her boyfriend, the realities of their strained relationship could prove difficult to overcome in such a delicate situation. From Victor's point of view, Kyle is an Abbott, a family that Victor has little love for, and that alone could make any dinner together tense. While Kyle may initially try to be polite and respectful to Victor for Claire's sake, there's a chance that he will find it hard to keep his cool under the pressure of the dinner. One wrong comment, one pointed remark, and Victor could easily set Kyle off, leading to an explosive situation. If the dinner goes ahead, it's easy to predict that things won't go smoothly. From the moment they sit down, there's a high likelihood that Victor will make subtle or not so subtle jabs at Kyle. These comments could be designed to undermine him, to test his resolve, or simply to drive a wedge between Claire and her boyfriend. As the evening progresses, Victor is bound to push Kyle's buttons, and that's where the real trouble begins. For his part, Kyle may hold his tongue at first, trying to make a good impression, but Victor's history of making power plays and undermining those he doesn't respect could easily provoke him. And once Kyle's patience wears thin, the dinner could quickly turn into a battleground of words, with each man taking shots at the other. The tension between Kyle and Victor could escalate to the point where a full-blown argument erupts, leaving Claire stuck in the middle, unable to control the situation. Even if the dinner does not end in a complete disaster, Victor's goal will remain unchanged. He will stop at nothing to steer Claire away from Kyle and onto a different romantic path. Victor has always had strong opinions about who Claire should be with, and he's not likely to give up easily. No matter how much Claire tries to convince him that Kyle is the right choice for her, Victor's fierce determination to control her life could make it difficult for her to achieve the outcome she's hoping for. This dinner, rather than bridging the gap between them, could very well deepen the divide. Kyle might not win Victor's approval, and Claire may find herself torn between the two powerful men in her life. With Victor's relentless interference, Claire could be facing an uphill battle to keep her relationship intact, especially if Kyle's patience runs out and he decides that the pressure isn't worth it. Given Victor's history and his unwavering influence over Claire, it's hard to see how this dinner will end well. Kyle and Victor are bound to clash, and while Claire might have hoped that the evening would be a turning point in securing Victor's blessing, it's more likely to serve as a further wedge between her and her boyfriend. The dinner could mark the beginning of a new set of challenges for the couple, with Victor determined to come between them. Whether or not Kyle can hold his ground remains to be seen. As Vi and our fans know, Victor is a master manipulator, and his influence on those around him is not easily shaken. Kyle's chances of winning over Victor are slim, and this dinner could simply be another example of how Victor's interference will continue to shape Claire's love life. For Claire, it may be a case of trying to balance her love for Kyle with her loyalty to her family, all while navigating the complex dynamics of her relationship with Victor. And as we've seen time and again on The Young and the Restless, no dinner or heartfelt speech can erase the years of tension and distrust between these two men. Even if the dinner with Victor doesn't end in an outright disaster, the aftermath will likely leave Claire in a difficult position. If Victor's disapproval of Kyle continues to be a major obstacle, Claire could find herself forced to choose between the man she loves and her loyalty to her family. This delicate balance has always been a challenge for Claire, and the pressure will only increase if her relationship with Kyle continues to draw Victor's ire. If Kyle fails to impress Victor, Claire may find herself questioning her relationship or trying to make impossible compromises to keep the peace. While Kyle and Victor's clashing personalities may seem like a recipe for disaster, Claire's feelings for both men could keep her tied in a web of emotional turmoil. Victor's persistence will likely only increase, and Claire may have to find a way to manage both her love life and her complicated family dynamics. Another question that looms large is whether Kyle will be willing to endure the constant pressure from Victor. As the dinner progresses and tensions rise, Kyle's patience may start to wane, and he could make a decision to walk away from the relationship if the constant scrutiny becomes too much. His bond with Claire is at stake, and how they navigate the fallout from this dinner will set the stage for what comes next. At the end of the day, Claire and Kyle's dinner with Victor looks like it could only bring trouble. As tensions flare and their emotions run high, there's no telling how things will unfold. Will Claire succeed in convincing Victor that Kyle is the right man for her, or will she find herself caught in the middle of yet another dramatic family conflict? Either way, one thing is certain: the battle between Kyle and Victor is far from over, and this dinner might just be the beginning of an even bigger struggle ahead. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that Claire and Kyle's attempt to win Victor's approval may lead to more than just awkward silences and tense conversations. As the drama continues to unfold, viewers will want to stay tuned to see how the dinner plays out, and whether Claire and Kyle's relationship can survive the tumultuous road ahead. Keep watching for all the latest updates and twists in this ongoing saga.